everyone. This is actually, believe it or not, this is JC Radio. Holy crap! And actually, we have season 4 starting next week, but this will be the first episode since the pandemic.
Yeah, and our second annual October Talk.
Yes. Oh yeah, that's what this is. It's myself, John, with Alex Brettfield. So October Talk. Let's just get to it. This week to start off our second annual October Talk, we're going to talk about conspiracies. 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 That's it. Conspiracies. We're going to be talking about intense rumors.
Pretty much. Don't take these to heart. Obviously, they're conspiracies for a reason. They can't be proven.
They can't be. So they can't be proven, but they can't be unproven. And for me, that's the part of them that makes me kind of not believe them. It's just like people are like, "Oh, you can't prove it, but look at the evidence." I'm like, "Well, yeah, but you can't really not prove it either."
Yeah.
So, I have a specific one I want to talk about, but Alex has many. So I guess Alex, what's the first one you want to speak of?
No, we can hit yours because I think we can probably dovetail off into mine.
Okay, that's cool. What I've been getting very interested in since the pandemic is the conspiracy of the lizard people.
Yeah.
Or as some people call it, the Serpent Society. Which is also sung by Wednesday 13, about the lizard people.
It's also a villain of Captain America.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
I swear to God it is.
I know the lizard guy for Spider-Man.
Yeah, but the Serpent Society is in Captain America.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. But what exactly are you going to talk about the lizard people? What are you looking at?
Oh, the lyrics to Wednesday 13 Serpent Society, because some of my stuff is in. Some of the stuff I want to talk about is in the lyrics.
Oh, okay.
So I guess what really grabbed my kids in the background. Well, really, nothing grabbed my kids in the background. The lizard people got them. No, what really grabbed my attention was the fact that people actually believe this. And what it is that there was a society of lizards. Depending on the myth that you look at, they either came from space or they're just ancient beings. And they're lizard humanoids that can transform into humans on the spot. Now, again, depending on the one that you listen to, they're either celebrities and government, people or kings and queens throughout the ages, or they're just average Joes, and some of them can be celebrities or political figures or stuff. So there's two things from it, but what grabbed me was that it was actually what Wednesday 13 said, which made me want to delve into it more. And Wednesday 13 wrote the song because he heard about the Serpent Society, and he was like, how scary would it be if one day, they came out of hiding and, got on the TV, it was just we created your religions, we created your politics, we created your entertainment, everything you thought you knew was a lie because we're the ones that created it.
It's kind of the same as simulation theory.
Yeah, but simulation theory is there's still a reality there, which is outside of the simulation.
Yeah, but we don't know if it's Matrix or if it's...
But there's still a reality there. This one, the reality is lizard people.
I think it's... I don't know. It wouldn't be that much. I'd be like, okay, cool. They constructed things. Still go about the normal stuff.
Well, their main point's just to basically extinct us and to take over the world. So when they finally come out of hiding, it's oh, we're screwed.
Except in the southern states, the northern states, where it's cold.
Yeah, how does that work? Is Canada... Is that why Canada is we're actually the superior country. America can think what they want, but when the lizard people show up, they're gonna be begging to come to us. So, I'll tell you what. You know who's screwed is Louisiana and Florida.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they're just like. But yeah, no, it's just crazy. So I did more research because I was like, that would be creepy. Let me do some research on this. So, fun fact, and this is not a joke. 1% of Americans, or I think it's up to 2%. It's like 1 to 2% of Americans believe in the Serpent Society.
That doesn't surprise me. There's still people out there that think it's a flat Earth.
Is that a real thing, or was that just like a fad?
No, there's a website for flat earthers.
There's no way that's real. There's no way the flat Earth is real.
They have science, like people of science are in this group saying that there's a flat Earth.
No, because with all the Instagrammers we have, don't act like that wouldn't be the number one picture. Hey, I'm at the edge of the Earth. Look at this. It doesn't exist.
I know it doesn't exist, but I'm telling you, people believe it.
Oh.
B.O.B. is a flat earther.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh.
On top of, there's an NBA. Who is it? There's an NBA guy. Kyrie Irving is a flat earther.
Now, would that be kind of scary if like, that would kind of creep me out if all of a sudden people are like, hey, the Earth is actually flat.
It's impossible.
It's impossible, but it freaked me out because I'd be like, okay, how did anything work then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How does water recycle?
The rain.
Okay, so where does the water, like, see where I'm going with that? Like
evaporation, condensation.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. The Earth is round to me. I don't know. It would still freak me out. But back to lizard people. So 1 to 2% of people believe in the lizard people. Now, I decided to delve more into the origins of it. Do you know where the theory of the lizard people came from?
No.
So, of course, the famous David Icke, who is a former football player or soccer player, if you will, he wrote a book in like the late 90s, early 2000s about the lizard people and how they live in like underground like caves and valleys and controlling all of us. And then like a lot of people were like, oh my gosh, like this is like real. This is so true. This has got to be it. And but if you delve back further, in the 20s, I think it was 1924, there was a comic book released, and the story was lizard people that feed off of like human blood that are the ones controlling like politics and everything.
Oh, so it sounds like a Captain America book.
It wasn't a Captain America book. Captain America took it from this book.
Oh, okay.
I'm guessing. So
you're probably right. I actually can't even remember when Captain America came out.
But
off the top of my head.
But like, it's just been crazy. I've been wanting to talk about this with people throughout the whole pandemic, but everybody's like, don't talk about lizard people with me. I'm like, why? It's actually quite interesting. Because think about it. Somebody is just there's a group of not people, but humanoid reptilians just living amongst us. Not even just like taking over the world or anything. They're just here trying to make a living.
Okay.
Well, I mean, like, what you want to freak out if like that ended up being true?
No, but there's a conspiracy. You ever watch Ancient Aliens?
Yes.
There's a conspiracy out there that the 1% in our DNA that they can't code, which is in everybody's DNA, is alien. So, like, we all came from alien.
What if it's reptilian?
Okay, I'll go with you on this journey. Okay, if it's reptilian, how come we don't have any reptile traits?
Well, no, see, that's the thing. Some of us do. So to find a reptilian humanoid, you have to look for special things like red hair and green eyes. That's like a dead giveaway that you're like a reptilian.
We are not making fun of gingers on this show.
No, we're not. But maybe a ginger with green eyes. So
okay, but how many how many red-haired, green-eyed people do you actually know?
Well, it's a close to extinct race. That's why they need to take over the human world so they can start over. Since the 2000s, I guess.
Okay, but even if they okay, how would that even work genetically? Like, if they hooked up with the human, is it going to be a reptile, or is it going to be a human at that point?
My wife, bless her heart, my wife actually had this discussion with me for like, I don't know, 10 seconds. And that was like her first thing she said. She's like, what, you don't think a doctor would have realized that some pregnant lady just like pooped out an egg? Or
yeah, that's like, even a better question. Is it a mammal at that point, or is it going to be an egg?
I don't know. I don't write these books. David Icke does. You ask him. So
Isn't this a movie too? Like V?
I don't know. It reminds me of the movie of the cockroaches, that horror movie.
Oh, whatever. Cockroaches in my apartment.
Something like that, where like the giant cockroaches that like look like humans.
Yeah.
They like walk on. That kid was like communicating him with like spoons.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I got from there. I was watching the movie and I was like, well, it's like the lizard people. So.
Man, you have been obsessing about this.
Yeah, well, no, because it's interesting. And like, and then, okay, so we got, here's what got me actually hooked. Because I was like really thinking about it. And so if you look at Wednesday 13's lyrics, he talks about his own fear. About if this is real, that means like religion and God is like fake because they came up with that. And like, you know, everything, his thing was like, everything you thought was true is now gone. And that's like true fear for him. So in the lyrics, he talks about like how the lyric says shapeshifter gonna take the other form now. Blood ritual, darkness is born. Shapeshifter, I'm gonna take your life now. Blood ritual, darkness is born. So it talks about how they shapeshift in order to, and they attack you and you know whatever. Then it's like talking from the serpent's point of view. It says, put your faith in God and everything's all right. Put your faith in God and rise above. Put your faith in God and sleep well at night. Put your faith in God, peace and love. And then he goes up to the chorus talking about how like the serpent society is just like here to like rule us and to convince us that like oh yeah, like put your faith in God and of course everything's fine, but that's what they taught us. Or be like, oh yeah, put your faith in like the police or in like security or just like whatever your sense of security is, whatever helps you sleep at night. Like they're like, believe in that. That way it ventures away from us as a lizard people. And you know, once you let your guard down, then that's when they attack. Because they would say, hold on. Then later he says, where is it? Oh yeah, he goes, arise for your fate. The reptilians await, and behind their disguise, the plan to dominate all mankind. So.
Yeah, but like that could also be taken as, I know that they're talking about the serpent side, but then you have like, what about the Adjustment Bureau? Or like the secret society that controls everything anyway.
See, but that's the thing. What if that's the reptilians?
Okay. Not,
okay, guys, I just want you to know, I've never seen Alex roll his eyes so big before.
Okay.
That I've noticed.
Just hear me out on this plausibility graph I'm about to have in my hands. Lizard people who have been around for eons.
Yes.
Disguising as big name people who also are a secret society controlling everything.
Yes.
Greedy old men and women who want to control everything and who have been put in positions of power to where they can control everything and secretly meet.
Ooh.
Who has the more plausible thing of happening? I know which way I'm going to lean.
But what if those people... Hold on, I need to throw this out there, by the way. I don't believe in the Lizard Society.
Oh, I don't either.
Okay.
I do believe that there are people with power controlling things.
Yes. But, that's going on for eons, too. But
yeah.
I would like... Because right now I'm defending it just to play devil's advocate. I am not part of the 1% that believes in this.
Like, we shouldn't be laughing at these people, but it's more the fact that we're laughing at the theory.
Yeah. So here's where I got all philosophical. So it's gonna sound weird. I do not believe in serpent people. Okay, I do not believe in reptilian people. I do not believe that there is a secret society out there of reptilians living underground, feasting on our blood, waiting to arise and overthrow us. Okay, I don't believe in any of that stuff. I believe in metaphorically serpent people. So here's what finally I guess ended my like fascination of the Serpent Society. When I was again Wednesday 13 helped out a lot. I was doing a lot of research by the way, and I would listen to the song all the time. And in the beginning of the song, just listen to the beginning of the song. I'm not gonna say it because it's very, I don't want to say offensive, but it's very dark. We'll say dark. Anyways, but he talks about like the devil and sin and like evil, and I made this connection. I was like, well, aside from the Bible, people described like evil people are described as serpents because a serpent or a snake or even a reptile could be sneaky. They could camouflage. They can look to be one thing on the outside, but on the inside could be just like horrible people, like the majority of serial killers actually, or like the Zodiac Killer, who I also researched a lot. By the way, we're going to talk about it in later October talk.
That was a cool one.
What did I do with quarantine? I looked up lizard people and the Zodiac Killer. I've been waiting for October. So I was like, well, what if there's quote unquote serpent people, and they're people that act like they're good, humble, nice people, but on the inside they're bat flipping crazy.
Well, I'm not going to argue with that because that's proven. Like John Wayne Gacy, Ted Bundy,
like a lot of people.
Yeah,
and so I went to my wife, and I'm like, serpent people are real, and of course she looks at me like, what are you on drugs? Like,
reasonable.
And I told her I was like, right, I think that is, and I'm like bad people or evil people who you describe as a serpent, that come across as good, that camouflage themselves, they're real. So I don't believe in the lizard people or the serpent society, but metaphorically, I believe in serpent people.
Okay, I'll give you that one. I'll let you have that one.
And the reason why I say it that way still sounds like I'm crazy.
In a roundabout way, you make sense.
There we go. Yes. Yes, we can stop recording. There we go. There it is. No. Anyways, I took up way too much time about that.
Well, like, you just got to think, like, there's multiple conspiracy theories out there.
There are.
Like, what is it, the Philadelphia Project, where the ship, where they were supposedly testing a teleportation device.
Yeah.
And that while they were testing this teleportation device, they, like, disappeared for, like, months.
Mm-hmm.
And then it popped back up, and then when they went in there, they noticed that all the crew had been, like, fused into the wall.
Yeah.
Like, it was later. It's a theory people still believe, even though, like, the guy came out and said, I made it all up.
Well, that's lame.
I know, right? But then you also have the ones that's like the Russian sleep experiment. Like, that one's cool.
That, and like, well, and, okay, so there was one other thing I've been researching, that's SCPs, which is Secure, Capture, and Protect. Basically, like the real life Men in Black.
Oh, are you talking about those stories about, like, if
like SCP like 3,000
number whatever ever decides
yeah, those
to
are
show
SCPs,
up.
and like the SCP Foundation is there to protect the world from any like
it's cryptids.
Like poltergeist entity or aliens or other dimensional creatures.
You know that site's like Reddit. Like, you could put one on there.
I haven't looked at the site. I just been like searching just what SCP is.
They're cool. Like, people have very good imaginations.
Well, yeah, but then like you'll see like it's like top 10 like videos that are like, you know, like unexplained, and you'll see something in there, and I'm just like, oh, that's SCP like 500, and then I stop and I'm like, well, are some of these SCPs real?
Well, I don't know. Like Slender Man's an SCP. Like is
Well,
Slender Man real?
technically, I think it's like 3,000 is like no. I think it is 500. It's like SCP 500 is like technically Slender Man, who's also called the Shy Man.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
So, but I don't know. Like Bigfoot's not an SCP.
No, he's a cryptid.
But like some Yetis are.
Well, do they? I can't even believe I'm about to ask this. Does the Yeti have powers?
No, Yetis don't have powers. Don't be ridiculous,
Of course.
Alex. He's like, of course.
Well, heck, Smallfoot, they're smart enough to make steam on a mountain to hide themselves.
Who are?
The movie Smallfoot.
Oh yeah. I never finished that movie. So.
Well, you're missing out because it has a good rap from Common in it.
Oh, okay, that's cool. So what? Okay, so anyways, SCPs, the Russian sleep. What happened with that Russian sleep experiment?
So, like, in the Russian sleep experiment, they took like 12 military people and put them in a room and basically kept them awake as long as they could. And like it involved a lot of torture to keep them awake with that. But like I want to say it was like on day 7 of no sleep or something ridiculously long. One of the candidates, he basically ate the fingers, eyes, and lips off of the rest of them and killed them.
Huh.
And then he also ate his lips and ate his, like he ate the skin and tissue off of his fingers.
Didn't they also put like this like gas inside there?
No, they did it to open the door to like knock everyone out, but he already killed everyone. But like even when they opened the door, he spoke in a not natural voice and said that he was Legion. There are many. You don't know what you're messing with.
Jeez.
Like, and his eyes were red and black. Like, it was very demonic of nature. Yeah. But that's, do you believe it or not at that point?
I mean, see, because, like, I'm not going to say I don't believe in demonic stuff. I do believe there are entities out there. But for a sleep experiment to go wrong, to somebody resorting to cannibalism and murder, I believe people will throw, like, demonic entities out there as, like, a, like, explanation or a backup. But really, you just stuck people in a dark room and, like, refuse to let them sleep. Like, of course they're going to go crazy.
Right.
That's just science right there.
Yeah.
So...
How do you explain the voice?
Just the grungy voice, you know. Happens to people all the time.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if I show up like after 2 days of you not seeing me and be like, "Hey, Alex, what's up?" Like you're not gonna be like the whole power of Christ compels you.
No. I'm like, how much stogies did you smoke?
Don't worry about it.
But then you have the other conspiracy, like. You brought them up themselves, like the Men in Black. Like, there's videos of the Men in Black. Like, pictures and videos of that. Like, are they real? Because they're the same person in every photo, and they're in different decades.
Yeah, but then again, that also goes back to the SCP Foundation. Is the SCP Foundation actually real, or is it just a bunch of things like the Wikipedia version of like cryptic creatures?
That's true too.
You know.
Well, what about Lisa Lam?
Who's Lisa Lam?
Lisa Lam was the Chinese college student that was in the hotel room, and they caught her on SEC.
Was she the one?
CCTV, like acting freaky.
Yeah, was she the one?
Was like after her, but no one was reported. Like
was that the one where it was like she was in the elevator and she was like, yeah, and then all of a sudden like they found her dead in like the water.
4 days later in the water tank, like. What happened there?
Yeah, and like it's crazy because there's a lot of things. Well, actually, that boils back to Alien. So I've done research on this. Don't give me that look. Don't because the majority of people will look at those situations, and this topic actually freaks me out. So bear with me. They'll look at that situation of somebody acted funny and not quite right, and maybe they'll stop and think for a minute. And then whatever, and then either they take their own life or they take lives of their loved ones and then their own life to protect them. A good example of that was the cases from the movie Encounters of the Fourth Kind. So what it is that people explain it as in like it's an alien being that works like telepathically and like kind of just F's with you and makes you like not delusional but makes you see things that to you are just the most horrific things ever. So
You know what you just described to me?
what?
Schizophrenia.
Uh, shut up. So I was actually thinking of the movie Bird Box, which I still need to see. But anyway.
Oh my gosh.
Or
oh my gosh, I just thought of one that where'd it go in my head? Oh, keep talking. Now I can't think of it.
Okay, well you.
Skywalker Ranch, not Skywalker. The Windtalker Ranch, the one that's out in Utah. That's like no one can explain why there's so many cattle mutilations or.
Oh yeah.
Orbs showing up out of nowhere or flashes of light like mysteriously just popping up.
The lizard people, man.
Well, the theory that like everyone has gone with is that it's like not a wormhole, but like there's something there that's like causing it.
Oh, wormhole would be a good one because black hole eats up matter. Wormhole, the theory to that is like basically teleport matter.
Yeah, like it's.
It's just like a doorway into like another realm or something. Or
yeah, something like that.
See, and like kind of on the same lines with the aliens is that it's basically like the things that we see, the UFOs, the aliens we see walking around and stuff like that. It's actually not aliens. It's actually demons walking the earth and just like freaking out people. And when people realize that a dark entity is following them, and maybe this entity will show them like demonic like rituals or just maybe hell itself, then they just go insane and they're just like, well, I'm just going to get everyone out of here and just kill everybody or kill myself, or like they just can't take it anymore. And unfortunately, one of the biggest things to back up that theory is the movie Signs, when M. Night Shyamalan was like, are they really aliens? And people are like, oh, they were probably actually demons, hence the holy water and everything like that. And then further research came along and people were like, well, maybe like Encounters of the Fourth Kind, people think those were actually demons and not aliens. The one movie about the guy that like was abducted, experimented on from Florida, and then like
Fire in the Sky.
Yeah, again.
Well, that's just conspiracy to know. Like, what happened?
Yeah. People think demons for that one, and like I don't know.
No, I completely think that dude was abducted. Like,
I think he was abducted by people.
I don't know aliens. Who abducted him at that point, but I completely understand that dude was abducted by something. Something.
It was a lizard people.
But like, have you ever like looked that one up?
I started to, but I freaked myself out.
That one's super weird because like they thought that dude was dead. And like reported him dead, like saw him passed out and everything, and he shows up 100 miles away 3 days later after his buddies were arrested for murder essentially. I think they got him for like disappearance, but like he shows back up and he's like, "Oh no, like something took me. They like dropped me off 100 miles away."
It's like you ever watch that SNL skit with the lady about those two people that got abducted by UFOs? They're just like, oh yeah, they lifted us up, gently to this like mystical light of purity and whatever. And this lady's like, yeah, a little different for me. These guys caught me in a snare trap, hoisted me up the sappiest pine tree, and just dropped me off in a little metal room. Made me piss in a cup. So,
Never seen that.
Oh, I gotta show you after this. But no, I guess for like, do you believe in aliens? Or let me modify that question. That's a bigger question than it needs to be in society today.
Yeah.
Do you believe in it? Do you believe that we are alone in the concept of space?
No, it's like mathematically impossible.
I like that answer. Most people are just like, no, man.
It's mathematically, like, if you go on sheer probability alone, it is mathematically impossible that there's not anything else out there. And when I say anything, like, life is defined however you want it, but to me, it's like an amoeba is technically life because it's a living bacteria.
Yeah.
So if there's something on a planet that's a virus or a bacterium, like, there you go, there's life, like, in my point of view.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I believe in that.
And guess what? It's not from this earth, so hence.
Alien. So, okay, yeah, I agree with that. I'm literally along the same line as you.
So
I mean, will that bacteria turn into like a humanoid? I don't.
Yeah,
I don't
and we're
know.
not talking like symbiotes here.
Yeah.
We're just saying like it.
My thing is like people are like, if you believe in aliens, do you believe they have like the big heads and the big eyes? For me, I'm like, I believe they look like whatever environment their planet is. I mean, look at humans. We all look different based off of the environment that we live in.
Oh, so you're saying this like evolution?
Yeah. Well, not evolution, but like adaptation.
There you go.
Is what it is. So if on their
natural
planet,
selection.
Yeah. So if on their planet they have to have green skin, then oh, cool. So be it.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah.
But what other conspiracies we got? Anything kind of creepy? Well, never mind. I don't want to ask you that question.
You got the Phoenix Lights.
No, because that's science for me.
Well, it was an alien craft, quote unquote.
Yeah, no.
UFO. Sorry.
Was that the Phoenix Lights? Is those like random like flickers of lights? Like looks like.
No, these are the ones that were like a V pattern that like flew over Phoenix.
Oh,
and like
those
everyone
ones.
saw it,
Everyone
and
saw
everyone was like, what was that? And no one was like, nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah, everyone was like, nothing. There was like video of a V flying over.
I personally, I just think that's military stuff.
Oh yeah, I totally think it was a test craft.
Yeah, test craft.
But
or crafts.
Like, either way, it's like no one said anything. Like everyone was like, nothing.
You ever see a UFO?
I have, but that's just like me, like not knowing what it was. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say if it was what I.
Well, okay, the definition of UFO.
It was definitely a UFO.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a UFO. Was it an alien spacecraft? I don't know.
I've also seen an orb though too. So
I've never seen an orb.
Orb, it was kind of weird. Like I kind of like dismissed it because I was like, yeah, that was a firefly.
That was a fire. Aliens, nope, firefly, but it's winter. Nope, firefly still. What about like ghosts?
Yeah, I believe in ghosts.
You believe in ghosts? I do too.
Too much like weird crap happens in this world.
You ever seen a ghost?
No comment.
It's a yes or no question.
I know, but I just don't want to put it out there.
Okay. I don't think I have never seen a ghost, but I have felt the presence of one.
All right, that's almost weirder than seeing one.
Yes. True story. I kid you not. I'll tell the story. I got no shame. There was this mirror in my old house in New Jersey. So growing up in New Jersey, I used to hear like weird noises throughout my house, and I could have sworn it was like.
Wait, was it a ghost or was it a shadow person? There's a difference.
There is. I'm saying ghost.
Okay.
Shadow people scare the pants off of me.
Yeah.
But I don't believe in shadow people. I believe that ghosts can take the form of a shadow person.
You're seeing a shadow person, not just because you said that. Calling it right now.
No. I've seen like out of the corner of my eye what looks like a human or a person. I look over and no one's there. I'm just like, okay, well, it could have been nothing. And then I could have found out I was like, oh, that's the shadow people. If it was the shadow people, I believe it was a ghost that took the form of a shadow person.
I didn't think they could do that. But, okay.
Ghosts can do whatever the flip they want. Okay.
Yeah, it's not like. Ghostologist here.
Who says that they have limits?
That's true. That is true. Supernatural does.
You ever watch Ghost Hunters?
No.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh, it's so entertaining. It's like, is there someone here? Robert? It's like, dude, nobody heard anything. If you enhance it, you can hear it. Grok, grok, grok. Robert? Nope, that didn't say Robert.
Did you ever watch... my favorite one is BuzzFeed did one, and it was called BuzzFeed Conspiracy and BuzzFeed Hauntings. Those guys are hilarious. Like, there's one that kind of believes it, and then there's one that's like, none of it's real. Oh, they're hilarious.
I did see that one, because I saw one video where they were in, like, this, like, haunted house, and they're just, like, and, like, this, like, ghost, like, threw a bottle at them, but you see the bottle get thrown from, like, behind the camera. And then it's just like, okay, well, that was probably the cameraman. They're just like, look, this door's closing. And again, the cameraman's like next to the door when it closes. So we're just like, did he just slam the door or? So.
But those guys are really funny.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not serious.
Cody and I have always talked about going to like a haunted place and checking it out. Are you up for that?
I can't believe Cody said that, but okay.
Yeah. Cody's cool with like. No, was it Justin?
Cody won't even go into
Okay, no. So yeah, no. Cody's not into haunted houses. He's into scary movies. Justin's into haunted houses, not into scary movies. So Justin said he'd go with me. I don't know. I don't write these rules for twins. So, anyways, but no, my ghost story. So growing up, I always heard like these weird noises in like my attic, right? And or like something coming down the stairs, but like nobody's awake. Like I could hear my brothers asleep because we all share the room, and I could hear my parents next to me. And I'm like, okay, well nobody's here. And I remember one day I kept the cat and the dog in my room, and I was like, okay, let's see what happened. And it happened again. Scared the crap out of me. I had like no sleep that day. I fell asleep to pure exhaustion. And so one day, we were all hanging out like as a family, and there was this mirror we had that was on one side of our living room, right? And we were all just hanging out. We all leave for, like I said, I think the whole family went outside or something. We came back, and the mirror was on the other side of the living room. And my mom was like, "Who moved the mirror?" And we're like, "Mom, we were all with you." And she was like, "No, like who moved the mirror? Like why would you move the mirror?" We're like, and like I'm young enough. I'm like, I don't know how to hang mirrors. And so I think that happened twice. I think my mom moved it back. And then I come home from school, and it was just like.
How do you know since no one was just living in your house?
Well, that's creepy on its own. Oh, it stopped. Okay, so here's what happened. Parents, don't ever say this to your kids. So like, I realized the noises stopped, and weird stuff like that stopped happening. And so I was talking to my mom, and I was like, I don't know, 12. And I was like, hey, Mom, do you believe in ghosts? And she goes, yeah, one was kind of living with us for a little bit, but I haven't heard anything recently, so it's gone now. And I was like, that was real? I'm like, Mom! And she's like, what? I'm like, I asked you. She's like, I don't want to scare you. I'm like, you're scaring me right now. So, I don't know if it was ghosts or not. I don't know if it was just my mind playing tricks on me. That mirror thing happened, though. And, that was kind of creepy.
Oh, I don't like mirrors anyway. There's only one in our house.
Oh,
2
really?
counting the bathroom.
Did you ever do a Bloody Mary?
Like when I was 5.
I never done it, but like I'm old enough now to be like, oh, if it shows up, I'm
just gonna break the mirror.
I'm just gonna cry. Actually, I'm just gonna cry. As a kid, I'll be like, Mommy! No, like.
Speaking of that, have you seen the new Candyman trailer?
I have. I want to see I need to watch the original. I have 2.
You've never seen the original?
No.
Candyman?
Okay. I know. I know. I haven't seen enough horror movies for somebody that likes horror movies. Okay, can we move on from that?
I don't like horror movies. That's just an iconic one.
I know. Everybody bashes me for not watching iconic horror movies. Gosh. No. Candyman, the original, and Children of the Corn are my 2 goals to watch this October.
You're not missing much from Children of the Corn.
I hear the first one's really scary.
It's really dated now, so like it's not scary. If that makes sense.
That's good.
Yeah.
Good for me. No, last year I watched Pumpkinhead.
You need to watch Trick or Treat.
I do. That's probably gonna be a next year thing.
Like it's super good. Like Sam's creepy.
You know what I realized? I'm gonna hate editing this tonight.
Yeah, that's not gonna be fun.
No, it's not. I can't do it tomorrow.
And all alone in your office.
Yeah. I swear.
Oh, and there's a mirror on the door.
And there's a mirror on the side and the dark closet. I swear, if I'm editing this and like anything on my desk falls, I'm done. I am emailing it to you. You can deal with it. I got 35 minutes in. You do the rest.
Isn't that what happened to? Was it The Crow that always had like bad problems happen on it? Like
no, that was Poltergeist.
That's right. And
Brandon Lee did die, but yeah, that was Poltergeist. We could talk about like messed up like horror movie sets like later.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
I thought this was a fun one to start with.
It was.
I wanted to get serpents off of my shoulder because I really wanted to talk about that. Oh, that's the baby crying. Guess the serpent got him again. So we can end it right here. Let us know what you guys think about different conspiracies. Let us know what you think about aliens, demons, the weird lady that was in the elevator, serpent people, the SCP Foundation.
John's belief in the serpent people.
My belief? No, hold on. I don't believe in the Serpent Society, but I metaphorically believe in serpent people.
Right.
So there you go. Don't be going around telling people I believe in the lizard people.
Who do you think I'm calling first?
No, don't do that. I'll call him first. You're calling everybody. You're going to get on your video game chat and be like, oh, you'll never guess what we talked about.
Actually, I haven't been playing lately. I've been so busy.
Same. So, but yeah, let us know what you guys think. Of course, you can listen to us on Spreaker, YouTube, Spotify, and that's about it, actually.
Yeah.
But you can look us up on all those formats. Also, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and you can email us at jcradio.podcast@gmail.com. Let us know what you guys think about the different conspiracies and different societies. What's your favorite conspiracy? What was the dumbest thing we said throughout this whole conversation? Flat Earth.
Yeah,
Flat Earth.
We're going to get so much flack for that watch. We're going to have one guy that's going to be like,
here's the thing.
I'm a flat earther and it's real.
Here's the thing. If you are a flat earther, I am willing to hear you out, but I want definite proof that there is a waterfall at the edge of the earth. And if there is, we all know that from Pirates of the Caribbean, it leads to Davy Jones's locker. So
we need to end it.
All right, do you have anything else, buddy?
I'm good.
All right, cool. Well, this was October Talk, 2nd season, episode 1, JC Radio, and we're signing out.
Peace.